obviously not capable of doing them. This is pretty serious, as you can see.
Yeah, what up? It's your boy Rob coming back at you once again with another video. So before we get started, you already know what to do. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the bell icon twice. Smash the like button, share this video out to all of your followers, and let's get into it. All right, so what we got is an article today from People magazine, and this article is about everybody's favorite Justin Bieber. All right, apparently what's going on with Justin Bieber is he's developed some kind of condition that has partially paralyzed his face. Justin Bieber reveals that he has Ramsay Hunt syndrome. Now, this is a syndrome that I've never heard of before. If you guys in the comment section are familiar with Ramsay Hunt syndrome, drop a dime in the comment section. And his face is partially paralyzed, but he says that he has hope. In addition to the facial paralysis, the syndrome called Ramsay Hunt syndrome can cause hearing loss, and it requires prompt treatment so that it does not become permanent. Now, this sounds like tardive dyskinesia or some trigeminal neuralgia or some type of neurological symptom. Maybe something with the extrapyramidal nervous system. I don't know. I've never heard of this. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says Justin Bieber shared a health update with fans after postponing 3 shows on his 2022 Justice World Tour earlier this week. Grammy winner 28 revealed in an Instagram video that he's been diagnosed with Ramsay Hunt syndrome. All right. Ramsay Hunt syndrome, ladies and gentlemen, which has caused him to have partial facial paralysis. All right. He says, "Hey, everyone, Justin here. I just wanted to update you guys on what's been going on." He said, "Obviously, as you can probably see from my face, I have this syndrome called Ramsay Hunt syndrome. And it is from this virus that attacks the nerve in my ear and my facial nerves, and has caused my face to have paralysis." Now, that's interesting. I don't know if people are aware of this, but viruses can absolutely cause issues with your neurological system. With your neurological system. One of the most famous viruses that can do that is none other than herpes simplex and herpes zoster. So I'm interested as to exactly what's going on. I might have to do some research on this Ramsay Hunt syndrome and then possibly drop a video on Blacklight Revelations C19 report just so we can get some information about what it is. If that's something that you guys would be interested in, make sure that you guys leave a comment about it. All right. So this is a video that he posted on IG Live. So let's check this out.
Hey everyone, Justin here. I wanted to update you guys on what's been going on. Obviously.
Now, this is fascinating, and I don't know if you guys know, I think there's 13 cranial nerves, and I believe that it would be of those 13 cranial nerves that are affecting this syndrome. All right. Usually you do a facial paralysis test, and with that facial paralysis test, you have somebody do something like smile. You shine a light in their eyes to see if both pupils dilate. You have them stick their tongue out and move it from one side to the other. And usually when there is a paralysis, if there's an issue with the nervous system, you can't move either side, or there's weakness in one side. Now, it looks like his mouth is drooping a little bit, but as you can see, he's freely moving his eyes. He's able to talk. All right. There's no expressive dysphagia, which is what that's called. So, you know, a lot of times, I hate to say this, but when celebrities, you know, get on this "I have a health issue" thing, I'm not really the first person that really believes it all the time. You know what I'm saying? I said the same thing. If you guys go back and watch my videos on Blacklight Revelations 1, when we discussed Jada Pinkett and Will Smith, I said, I'm not quite sure I'd like to see the paperwork on the alopecia. You know what I'm saying? So again, when it comes to this, I'd like to see the paperwork on this. All right.
As you can probably see from my face, I have this syndrome called Ramsey-Hunt syndrome.
Now, it does look like his mouth is kind of more towards the left, but you guys should pay attention to a stroke victim sometimes, because when stroke victims have this kind of thing happen, that's when you can really see the pronounced facial paralysis. Or somebody that has trigeminal neuralgia or even Bell's palsy is another one that can cause that. So my question is, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments.
And it is from this virus that attacks the nerve in my ear, in my facial.
So the nerve in the ear, ladies and gentlemen, just so you guys know, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it's called the cochlear nerve. Don't quote me, but I think that's the nerve. But the cochlear nerve would affect his hearing. There's nerves, cranial nerves that control the neuromuscular junction between your jaw. That kind of would be the nerve that I would assume would be affecting this, not so much the ear. But let's continue.
Cause my face to have paralysis. As you can see, this eye is not blinking.
No, I didn't notice that
on this side of my face.
I didn't notice that he hasn't blinked that eye lately, and I would have to go back and watch the video. But that is true. I'm gonna pay attention from here on out.
This nostril will not move. So there's full paralysis in this side of my face. So for those who are frustrated by my cancellations of the next shows,
now what I'm not understanding is, if he can't blink, those optical nerves, those are pretty close to the nerves that control the eyelids. I don't understand how he's able to freely move his eyes around like that. Maybe the nervous system is very complicated and a lot of things cross over. Maybe it didn't affect that optical nerve. I think there's maybe 3 optical nerves, if I'm not mistaken, on each eye. So maybe it didn't affect the one that deals with the eyelid.
I'm just physically, obviously not capable of doing them. This is pretty serious, as you can see. I wish this wasn't the case, but obviously my body's telling me I gotta slow down. And I hope you guys understand, and I'll be using this time to just rest and relax and get back to 100% so that I can do what I was born to do. But in the meantime, this ain't it. I gotta go get my rest on so that I can get my face back to where it's supposed to be. I love you guys. Thanks for being patient with me. And I'm gonna get better. And I'm doing all these facial exercises to get my face back to normal. And it will go back to normal. It's just time. And we don't know how much time that's gonna be, but it's gonna be okay. And I have hope, and I trust God, and I trust that this is all it's all for a reason. And I'm not sure what that is right now, but in the meantime, I'm gonna rest, and I love you guys. Peace.
All right, so there's that. All right, so now here it says, as you can see, this eye is not blinking. So, this right here is just a continuation of the live stream that we just watched. So now here it says, the Peaches singer then addressed his fans who were frustrated about the postponement of his upcoming performances. Then he goes on to continue to read, or this just continues to say what he said in his live stream. Bieber thanked his fans for their patience as he recovers. I'm going to get better, and I'm doing all these facial exercises. So again, it's just going into what he said. All right. So now here it says, according to the Mayo Clinic, Ramsay Hunt syndrome occurs when a shingles, which, like I said, herpes, shingles outbreak affects the facial nerve near one of your ears. All right. So basically, what's going on here is that it's shingles, which I believe, I can't remember which herpes virus shingles is, but I believe it's the same one that causes chicken pox. I think it's herpes zoster. When a shingles outbreak affects the facial nerve near one of your ears. In addition to the painful shingles rash, Ramsay Hunt syndrome can cause facial paralysis and hearing loss in the affected ear. All right. Prompt treatment of the syndrome reduces the risk of complications, which can include permanent facial muscle weakness and deafness, according to the clinic. Earlier this week, Bieber announced he was postponing 3 upcoming performances due to non-C19 related illness. All right. 2 shows at Toronto's Scotiabank Arena and stop at the Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C. on his 2022 Justice World Tour were rescheduled. I can't believe I'm saying this. I've done everything to get better, but my sickness is getting worse, he wrote on his Instagram story on Tuesday. My heart breaks that I will have to postpone these next few shows. Doctor's orders. To all my people, I love you very much. I'm going to get rest and get better, Bieber added. All right. So now here it says, in March, the singer's wife, Hailey Baldwin Bieber, endured her own health scare. She was hospitalized after suffering a mini stroke, which I don't know if you guys are aware, but a mini stroke is also known as a TIA. All right. Baldwin Bieber was later diagnosed with a patent foramen ovale, or PFO, small opening in the heart that didn't close the way it should have after birth. That's a congenital heart defect, which doctors said can cause the blood to clot. Can cause blood clots to move from her heart to her brain and led to the mini stroke. She underwent a procedure to close the PFO, which went very smoothly. All right. So there's that. So apparently Justin Bieber has not been attending his concerts as a result of his health issue that he has, which is Ramsay Hunt syndrome. All right. Now, I just saw a little bit of a clip of an article here that talks about Ramsay Hunt syndrome, and I'm interested in these kind of things. So I'm going to check this out real quick. Hopefully you guys will still continue to watch the video and get a little bit of knowledge about this yourself. So now here it says what to know about Ramsay Hunt syndrome after Justin Bieber's diagnosis. All right. So what I would tell people is, if you have herpes, or if you've had chicken pox, or if you have recurrent shingles outbreaks, you could possibly be susceptible to this. All right. And again, this isn't medical information. Clearly, they had the excerpt from the Mayo Clinic. If you endure any kind of issues, if you're, feeling deathly ill, first thing you want to do is get to a healthcare provider or call 911. You know what I mean? Again, this video is not healthcare advice or information. All right. This is pretty serious. As you can see, Justin Bieber previously told fans as he revealed his diagnosis with Ramsay Hunt syndrome and the resulting facial paralysis. All right. Justin Bieber revealed Friday that he was diagnosed with Ramsay Hunt syndrome, which has resulted in partial facial paralysis. After postponing 3 shows on his Justice World Tour earlier this week due to an ongoing health issue, the Grammy Award winner, who is 28, opened up about his diagnosis in a video on Instagram revealing the neurological disorder's physical effects. Hey everyone, Justin here. So, we already read that. We already saw that. We already heard that. All right. He explained that he's unable to blink one of his eyes or move his nostril or smile on one side of his face, adding in a follow-up on his Instagram story that it's gotten progressively harder to eat. Additionally, Bieber asked his 240 million Instagram followers to keep him in their prayers. All right. This is pretty serious, as you can see. I wish this wasn't the case, but obviously my body is telling me I got to slow down. I hope you guys understand. I'll be using this time to rest and get back to 100. All right. So this is all stuff that we heard in that Instagram live stream. Now, this is what I'm interested in right here, ladies and gentlemen. What is Ramsay Hunt syndrome? So my question for everybody that is watching this video, everybody listening, if you've heard of this or if you've dealt with somebody that has had Ramsay Hunt syndrome or any neurological disorder, ALS, Parkinson's disease, multiple sclerosis, let me know. Give me a summary of your experience in the comment section. All right. So now here it says Ramsay syndrome is the second most common cause of atraumatic peripheral facial paralysis after Bell's palsy, which we mentioned earlier, but slightly more severe. It still only occurs in around 5 in 100,000 people. So I find that fascinating. That's some very interesting odds, and it just so happens that Justin Bieber got it. It's caused by a shingles virus. And ladies and gentlemen, throw some nuclear radiation symbols in the chat because that's what we said. Reactivation in the face, which makes people who had chicken pox or varicella zoster virus as a child susceptible. Isn't that what we said? See how smart we are? What are the causes? Ramsay Hunt is caused by times of high stress or immunosuppression, as well as by immunosuppressant drugs or other underlying conditions. Your body just can't fight off the infection, Dr. Cochlear explains. The virus that causes chickenpox stays dormant in the body until something triggers it, returning in form of herpes zoster, which is Ramsay Hunt, which can inflame different nerves in the abdomen, back, and face. All right. So now this is what we need to know, what the symptoms are. Facial paralysis caused by the nerve that comes from the brain and travels through the tunnel of a bone, allowing facial expressions and the ability to convey emotion. When it becomes inflamed, the nerve expands but doesn't move. Essentially, it crushes the nerve. All right. Other side effects include hearing loss, severe vertigo, rashes or blisters that can occur on the ear or cheek. Headaches and vomiting are also common. Now, what's interesting about this is similar virus causes smallpox and monkey pox. And I think there was a case of monkeypox that was found in Canada. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says, how is it treated? Once diagnosed, Ramsay Hunt can be treated with high-dose steroids and antivirals, which can be taken orally at home and are the most important thing for recovery. For more severe cases, patients will be admitted to the hospital where they can receive medications via IV. All right. They probably give you medications for this like acyclovir and Valtrex. All right. For more severe cases, patients will be admitted to the hospital where they will receive medications via IV. Dr. Cochlear warns patients that although electrical stimulation to the face may be recommended by some to get muscles to work, it's very discouraged and is known to cause very severe side effects and possibly impair the recovery. That has been found to contribute to the long-term nerve damage and muscle spasms that doctor says. The doctor also notes that although there is really no role in early phase of treatment for things like facial exercises, acupuncture, or massages, those can be helpful further down the road. It's really just a matter of letting your face recover, Dr. Cochlear says. Now, this is important too, because these are things that people need to pay attention to. What are the long-term effects? Although around 75% of patients will recover completely, the other 25% will develop some type of long-term nerve damage, which Dr. Cochlear treats, or Dr. Cochar, treats at his practice. He notes that long-term effects include unwanted facial spasms, tightness or discomfort, and in the most severe cases, there will be facial asymmetry, which is the most visible in facial expressions. These side effects are more likely in patients who take longer than a month to recover. There's no way to know who's going to develop long-term issues, Dr. Kakar says, adding, if they recover within the first 3 to 4 weeks, usually they'll have a pretty good chance of a clean recovery. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, now we know. And you know what they used to say on G.I. Joe? Knowing is half the battle. All right. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you already know what to do. Make sure you smash that like button. Make sure that you hit that bell icon twice if you're not subscribed to the channel. All right. Make sure that you guys follow my backup channels. Follow me on my social media. If you see content that you are interested in or would like further investigation done on, make sure that you hit your boy up. If you want to see the platform become independent, consider joining Patreon for $5.99 a month. The link is in the description box. All right. And with that being said, I will catch you all on the next video. All right. Peace.